Hello and welcome to the CRO Podcast with your host, myself, Courtney, and this is Will.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. We're co-founders of the CRO agency and manage the CRO network.
That is correct. And today we are going to look into launching in-house lead generation that can actually deliver quality leads at scale. And then for the wall of shame and fame, we're going into payroll software, a legal requirement now as tax is going digital. So expect to see a growth in this industry. I think we're just going to dive straight into it. Really, to be fair, I think we'll start with setting the scene. When we're doing in-house lead generation, it really is about striking the balance between brand and lead gen. So, Will, take it away.
Yeah, so I think this is a really important distinction to make. A lot of businesses float between two kind of poles. They either buy leads from lead generators, which, like, if I'm honest, are optimized more for quality, others for volume and price rather than quality, or they generate them in-house. Often they're really, really, really good quality, but you get very little of them, and the price often isn't fantastic. Even if the price is good, you're not getting the scale, so it's not really you still have to buy additional leads. So often, what happens is you're like, right, let's launch an in-house option for this one, and we have actually reviewed quite a few of these. As we've looked at within fuel cards, so multiple brands. That's
Mm-hmm.
a corporate company that also operated an actual lead gen brand of its own, which is a genuine option because you can just cut out the middleman and cut out the additional markup that lead gens have in their leads if you just launch a comparison brand and run a different approach. I will say that's not exactly what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about as if a brand itself is launching in-house lead gen to get higher quality leads at scale at a reasonable price. So
Mm-hmm.
it's often seen as a bit of an unhappy middle. Lots of people do this successfully. We've helped people do this successfully multiple times, also very recently, which has been great. So it's fully achievable. It is hard to do because getting this balance is tricky. Brand requires, often, very select sources where you're advertising. It requires lots of education and pre-knowledge about the brand. And you get to these really high expectations around lead quality, which can often really harm how different lead sources are affected when you're trying to build something in-house and internal for at scale, which will never have that kind of lead quality. Whereas it will obviously be much better lead quality and much better performance than just buying the leads, and you get much more control over it, and you can be more
Mm-hmm.
strategic. So this is
100%.
really, mm, this is the big difference between what we, between buying them and generating them yourself. The you can go a lot further up the quality tree. In fact, the nice thing when you're doing this in-house is the metrics fully change. So rather than looking at cost per lead, so again, lead gens, you generate a lead at a price and you sell it at a set price. So you're going to generate the lead for less than the price you sell it for. Unfortunately, that's just how economics works. When you're generating them yourself, your cost per lead is a lot.
Yeah.
101, yeah.
Yeah.
When
Welcome to Economics 101. This is just simply how it functions.
don't generate leads for more than you sell them for. It's a bad model.
Yeah.
I have seen people do this, and it is a bad model. Like, it's objectively a
Yeah.
bad model. Um,
Yeah.
that's not sustainable. Sorry, moving on, continuing. The metric that changes here is the metric you're optimizing for is cost per appointment. This is the key metric you want to be optimizing for when you're doing this in-house lead gen. So there's lots of good reasons why we do this. So it's not cost per lead because that doesn't not include the quality element. Um, it's not cost per sale because that's too far down the path, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
And as in, you don't get enough data fast enough. And frankly, the
Mm-hmm.
general wisdom is not entirely true, but the general wisdom is that marketing can influence things up to appointment. Once you have the appointment, it's sales' job to sell. So
That's
appointments are
correct.
a good metric for this. You get enough data.
Yep.
Um,
Get
and
that
the nice thing
disability.
about using cost per appointment, yeah, you get fast data, and you can have a £50 lead if it converts to appointment at 30%. Now that is really, that can be really, really powerful. and you get a much better
Yeah.
cost per lead than if you get a generate a lead for a tenner, but only 5% of them become an appointment. So
Hmm.
again, you start to change the fundamental economics of what's going on, and so your strategies can change. This does mean, again, these core metrics really do. This is what changes, allows you to run, a different kind of ads, which we will speak about, allows you to run a different kind of funnel, which we will speak about as well.
Hmm.
And this
Yep.
is why, be able to do this in-house and to actually crack it is unbelievable. It's a shoot. It is a big investment. Don't get me wrong. Like you're looking at least probably 30K to crack this. You're looking at probably 10K a month marketing spend to get this to a point where you're like, okay, I can actually now stop weaning off the leads I'm buying and do this in-house. A lot of people try. It is hard and it's difficult. Please hit us up if you're interested in this. We have helped a fair few people do this. But unfortunately, it is a harder thing to do than it seems in the face of it. But that's why we're here to kind of talk you through actually designing the funnel and the ads
Yeah.
and the setup. So, Courtney, I think for the last one we did, you designed the funnel. Do you want to talk about a
I
little bit more
did.
about how different it was from the usual lead gen or the usual brand page?
Yeah. So, I mean, when we're looking at kind of having lead gen, generally speaking, we're keeping everything quite, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Vague when it comes to sort of branding and things like that. You'll have like an as seen on
Yeah,
logos, logo bar, or whatever else. But really,
minimalist.
you're not doing
Yeah,
exactly. We're not doing an actual brand. We're not doing that much information. Really, we're kind of keeping it as like neat and clean as possible, and not get too sort of bogged down in anything that's too much of a disclaimer or too much aligning with the brand. That and then it's just not. So you have to be really careful on that side. Whereas when you have when you're doing in-house, obviously you have a brand, so you already have an identity, and what you're trying to do is kind of make that as trustworthy as possible. So you want to actually have a little bit more content. Now, this is really careful. It's a trap. You need to be really careful about what kind of information you have, how much information you have, because I think, and we've gone through this before, the general knee jerk reaction to anything like this is always just more is better. And that's not true. Having information or having every single thing that you put on that page needs to be there for a reason. It needs to be doing something. It needs to either be adding like trust, it needs to be giving the right information or answering kind of those sort of like that risk management of answering those questions that people have when they go through why am I doing this, what's in it for me, how long is this going to take, like answering all of those questions just to get them through through the funnel basically. So you want to be keeping it also informative, what is this, who are we, what are we doing, but all of these questions are being asked in that sense of like just generally people questioning whether they should be doing this or not, and you're just trying to give them enough information that they can be informed, but don't bog them down with three different journeys, three different CTAs that are moving down huge articles. Like that's far too much. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be creating a whole organic website, especially for something when you're doing paid. Like that's a big no-no.
Yeah. This is
um,
why a lot of people struggle with it. Mm.
yeah, yeah,
They
because
really
it's
they really
it's
take
just
the view of
hard. More is better.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's not,
yeah,
and it's
and
yeah, it's about just the right information at the right time is what it is.
yeah,
Um, and then
yeah,
being able to have that,
editing
and
it
then
to an inch of its life.
exactly everything
Mm.
should be doing something. Everything, nothing is there for decoration. Everything is there because it's like a load bearing paragraph or it's a load bearing like bullet point, like it has to have a reason in it, and you have to test that, and but obviously to start with, obviously you can't go straight in and have everything tested. That's not going to work. So you need to kind of just try, and perhaps you've already tested something elsewhere or you've seen something, and just kind of go with, okay, what do we see, what do we think is like absolutely necessary at this point, and then everything else can kind of be left by the
Hmm.
wayside and then tested on that, I reckon. Don't
Yeah,
add everything just
and
because you have it.
yeah, like it's definitely I think it's important to keep in mind that lead gen as a whole is capturing demand that generally speaking already exists. It's not always
Yeah,
true, but like where we're going to, if you're already buying leads, I'm going to assume this is a relatively mature-ish market. Demand already exists. You're not there to like you're just capturing the demand just through a more branded funnel. Now, a
exactly.
really important part of this one is education. People love to educate, love to
Yeah,
educate. Every kind of more like education, unfortunately, always introduces uncertainty to users, and it can be like, oh, I need this. Oh, but I didn't realize this. Oh, maybe this. Oh, it's like, which
Yeah.
is, it can be, obviously that's a top of funnel journey. Like that is when people are unsure, like that's the kind of content you want to be doing. And like that totally makes sense. For brand lead gen, it's a very common issue we see. Like people really take the view like we're there to tell people but actually, honestly, we're just trying to reinforce the fact that you are the best people to buy this from. Like you buying
Exactly.
this product that they already know really well, it's going to be the great best decision just to like inquire from you guys and go from there. And so again, immediately from there, you can start cutting out like whole sections of
Yeah.
websites. Well, paid landing
Yeah.
pages.
Oh,
You need
there's
them on
so
websites.
many.
That's
There's
what an
so
organic journey
many.
is. Yeah,
Yeah. There's so many
yeah,
bits and so many pieces that can be removed. And you just like, and especially like one of the things would be pricing too early on in some product
mm,
categories and things like that, which would just, if you're showing pricing too early
yeah,
and people don't actually know what they can expect from price, they're just going to leave your page and they're going to go somewhere else and see what the price is there. And there's all these like little bits and pieces of like trying to just do too much too quickly. It's generally just going to make people ask more questions and want to research more as opposed to be more buy ready. Basically, all you want to do is just be like,
yeah,
you're assuming that they're almost ready to buy. There is a skerrick of warmth already there. They're on that page. They've gone from a paid ad. They've clicked on something. They're interested. What you want to do is just be like, yes, we are the best. This is why you should choose us. Or like, this is it. This is what you're getting. Give that value. Give that thing, and then just get them through the funnel. And everything else can come after that. Sales is should be equipped to be able to answer all of the questions, give them the information, and do it in a way that obviously is quite convincing. I've been there. And that's just part of the job. That's what you got to do. Sales 101. Sell.
exactly. I will very briefly talk about the and we'll, when we go into the Hall of Shame and Fame, we will try to show some examples of these things, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
But some of the like practical steps about doing this one. So, and we will actually go into the ad setup and everything to begin with. But when you think about your funnel, we're not going to be deviating massively from the lead gen template. We're definitely going to have you're going to have your first question above the fold on mobile and desktop. You're not going to have
CTA
massive
above the
hero
fold.
images. Yeah, like
Yeah.
again, we want to engage people immediately with the first question. That is, we're not doing a paragraph CT, like that's not what this is. You have a question, that's the most engaging way to ask people questions. But we recently did this on an advertorial where we added just clickable, buttons onto it. And yeah, a massive, massive improvement because people much prefer to click on something engaging rather than just a CTA. So yeah, we're still going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Funnel software, um, Leadform recently has developed a load of additional features to help more in-house brand
Mm-hmm.
generation, so brand lead generation. So they're great. We can
Yeah.
absolutely get you, highly recommend that. Honestly, they have a bit of an out-of-box solution. It's great. Flow as well. You can really, really customize exactly for your brand. I mean, they're really but probably arguably historically at least the best facilitators of brand-led lead gen. You can do
Yeah.
so much with their software. It's so powerful.
100%.
Um,
Yep.
you're
So,
you're
so good.
integrating this software really easily. You can plumb it into your CRM. You can plumb it through Leadby if that's historically something you use. Make sure you have your Facebook conversions API set up. That comes native
Mm-hmm.
with all these kind of funnel software. If your funnel software doesn't have a native solution for that, like it's probably not suitable for paid marketing. Like it's just not a large, if they haven't built that, not enough people are using this for paid marketing to make this relevant for this, frankly. So I would be really yeah, I would generally probably not use that software. Um, Other key things to be aware of, I mean, Google Tag Manager is wonderful. Make sure you set up a thank you page. Again, funnel software should allow this, but most things, you can run it to a web page. Just make sure it's an enclosed page, an enclosed ecosystem. We don't want people exploring from there, like you paid for that journey. Um, and on the ads and the setup side, which we will talk about a little bit like the actual ads you want to run, but the practical steps are just literally set up our Facebook business page, attach a Facebook ads account to that one. It's super straightforward. You make a pixel for it because you have to do that separately for whatever reason. And on the Google side, if you're running Google as well, you just make a Google Ads account. And you, again, just you define where everything's going to, set up your tracking template for Google Ads, or just UTM string for Facebook, all basically the same thing. Um, if I'm honest, if you're like really just like lean and mean about it, you can probably get Claude to do a lot of this nowadays, particularly page design.
Mm,
And actually, if you're going to build a hard-coded web page, I would be really careful. Like it produces they are not optimized pages. Like frankly, we
no.
often help people optimize those designs because they are, yeah. I mean, Connor,
Yeah.
you sadly again done a lot of the design work to optimize some of these pages, and you take them from like they are meters or pixels long, like
Yeah,
meters long on like phone scroll, and like we're taking them
truly.
way down.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely. I think that with AI more AI thinks more is better as well. That's just basically like the way it is, and just honestly, it just produces so much. And quite often, I'll see, especially when it's doing like a lead generation type situation, what it creates is basically like a weirdly like insane number of like trust elements throughout the page. Generally speaking, you don't want to
Mm.
have like it kind of everywhere. It kind of almost feels then untrustworthy because you just have so much all throughout the page. You kind of want to keep it contained into one sort of area or one sort of thing. So you've got like a block and you say, well, this is sort of like that trust block, depending on, how you do it. But there'll just be paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of just nonsensical waffle that no one's really reading. It's got that really sensationalized way of writing, the way that AI does. You've got M dashes everywhere. You've just got too many sections. It just goes on and on and on forever. And honestly, like I did that design work for someone recently who done it through AI. And honestly, I think I shortened the page by half, if not even more, just by
It's
getting rid
yeah,
of so much bloat. We actually have a blog on our website, biggest AI landing page mistakes and the CRO data that proves it. So if anyone wants a more of a read on that one,
yeah. We
shout out
do
our
actually
blog.
run tests. We do
Yeah,
have data. Like we're
yeah.
not
This is
just.
with the CRO data. Like we actually have the tests that sort of prove the theory behind that as
Oh,
well.
mm.
Yeah, it's
Um.
not just us talking.
Yeah.
It's us
Oh.
testing it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just waffling.
Yeah,
Um.
testing and talking.
Yeah, test and talk. Oh, that should be a new segment. Test and talk. Maybe we could bring a weekly test.
That'd
That
be
could be fun.
cute. Yeah.
Maybe think
Like a
about that.
monthly
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Monthly, like these are our top three
monthly
tests for
roundup.
the month.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that.
I do want to very quickly talk. I think again we won't labor this too much. I want to very quickly talk lead quality and ads. Very
Yeah.
just these are some things. There's some tricks you can do for lead quality, and there's some ad tricks as well, which get just common pitfalls. So as with any performance marketing, frankly, your ad is your creative. Your audience is your algorithm is your audience. um, your ad is your targeting. So like you're finding people, yada yada. And so you use that page. That page is going to get pretty diverse traffic. Um, so first off, dynamic headlines. We will mention it every time.
Yes.
But if you're
Mm-hmm.
running lots of varied angles, don't have loads of landing pages because that's insane. Just run dynamic headlines and push through different ones for different things. Only where you really want to, but you will unlock and find different. It will, trust me, like it will be great because first off, your competitors won't know your real headlines. But really,
Yeah.
that's actually a massive benefit because you can run these wild angles and they'll be like, how they're making this work? They'll try to do it themselves to like your standard headline, and it won't work. It's great. It's just defensible, and it will allow you to access traffic that other people don't want. But yeah, so main thing is this page is going to get a lot of very varied traffic, off a lot of it probably not wonderful quality. So we do have tricks for lead quality. We talked about them again and again
Yeah.
and again,
The
but
hammers.
some yeah, nice easy hammers to like update your page with. So like you can ensure you have good quality. Fun one, which we haven't talked about that much, it's like a summary page. So like say like this is
Mm-hmm.
all the stuff in, or like you've answered this for all the questions. Proceed. Yes. No. Like do they want to change it?
Change
Like
an
get
answer.
them,
Yeah.
make them more attached to the answers, and they're probably going to, and like also see them all in one place. Maybe they'll change them. They're just more likely to pick up the phone afterwards. Call consent, oh,
Yeah.
we can, looks like we can help you, but we'll have to phone you to verify details or whatever. Yes, no. Again, actually, it is nearly always like positive for cost per appointment, like a good thing. However, it is is one to be aware. Like it does really harm CVR as well.
Yeah.
Mentioning the call in at somewhere that you can mention it, in your headline or subheadline or copy on how it works if you really want to, or just later in the funnel. If you just mention the call at different points in the funnel, it will make a big difference. Longer question sets as well. They
Hmm.
are generally quite good for quality and pretty good for
They're good
conversion
for
rate, if
sales
I'm
too.
honest.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
sales will love you if you get some information
yeah.
off the bat, to be
Get some,
fair.
yeah. Um, And I'm sure we're missing some other big. Are we thinking, are there any other big levers or commonly added? I mean, loaders are good as well for brands. They lean more
Yeah.
into like, okay, we're thinking about this. Okay, great, we can help you specifically. Thank you pages.
Yeah.
Please give a reference ID. I think that's
Yep.
really important when you're a brand. You have to have a more like tailored touch. I'd be like, this is your
And like
reference
what
ID.
happens next? Like, and then
Yeah.
yeah, again, I mean, you've already mentioned it, having like the call. We're going to call you. We're going to clarify some details. We're going to do the thing, and then you're going to get whatever it is you're going to get. Just making people aware and having that, giving them that closure at that point in time, because it's all about nurturing them all the way through the process.
These things again, they seem kind of inane and silly, but this is how you take a page which is like going to produce leads that just, maybe won't pick up the phone that much, two leads that like you can really, you can stack this until like
Yeah.
OTP, one-time password, if you really want to go like the most extreme option, which I really actually don't personally like. I've not seen it work super well, but um, add that on at the end, like my God, like people aren't picking up those leads. It's a different issue. It's a different issue. So you can, take bad traffic and convert it into good traffic, which is why when we discuss ads, everyone's going to want to run really high fancy looking brand ads. It's not going to work. That's going to be my first. So most people, while this does fail on, these in-house lead gen efforts fail on the page side routinely, they also routinely, more often than not, fail on the ad side as well. They
Yeah.
try to run like brand ads for this when really you're going to want your page to do your heavy lifting. You are going to want some lead gen style ads like tap ads, people love. Wanted ads, people love. Just get that traffic.
If you're in council band A to H, you'll be getting whatever else. Things
Yeah,
like that. Very, very specific. The
yeah,
more specific, the better, because you're really then speaking to
yeah.
your
Just
audience, and that's who's
cool
going
out.
to click it.
Yeah, and then you can push through that to your page to make it more relevant for that traffic, which is already improving the quality and the CVRs. I will say though, you can run some more brand style ads, but the must do's, the must do's. So first off, don't get technical. People love getting technical. Like, let me tell you about this really crazy thing we did. Like, they don't know. Like, we're talking about mass market. They don't know.
Yeah.
So like, don't say like this thing or whatever. Have a really clear headline to begin with, like text overlay. Just tell people exactly what the point you're getting at is to begin with.
Yeah. Don't
Um,
waste their time. Don't
make
make them search. They're not going to,
yeah,
especially on an ad. If you just have it as big and obvious
literally.
as possible, they're going to pay attention.
Yeah. If you're doing a and like if you're doing a video, literally the first second and a half, I honestly, they used to say the first 5 seconds or what, like honestly, it's like the first second and a half. That is what matters. And like having a friendly face explaining something in a slightly branded way can totally, like, absolutely work. UGC, that native version, just a guy talking or someone talking. Um,
Yeah.
that really does work. But again, you can't just have, you need to have the headline overlay. You need to be like, yeah, go through and like complete a form and get, whatever. Like, be consistent about what the
Yeah.
journey is. Don't mention the call on the ad. That's insane.
No.
Clear
Yeah.
copy, call out who you're doing. Like, really don't. Like,
Yeah.
don't.
That's a bit too
Um,
early. That's I love you on the first date.
mm, yeah. So yeah, again, just be ready when you're running these ads. You're doing the same method as any other lead gen. You are ruthlessly, optimize for CPL for one. Use your dispo to like obviously then maybe take the more expensive ones as well. But you're launching lots of ads through Ad Manage perhaps or Claude. You can do some of it yourself nowadays. Lots of ads. Ruthlessly like test low quality, high quality ads. Like trust me, it will not strongly correlate with lead quality. It really won't. Often you'll have like the trashish wanted ads that have the best lead quality because wanted in Suffolk for 200 people to test revolutionary insert thing. Turns out a lot of people really will pick up that phone because they're like, tell me more. And yeah,
Yeah.
so just have an open mind. Don't be like, we have to really protect our brand identity. That's not the jam. Yeah. Yeah, any other key pitfalls or thoughts, feelings, emotions?
I think with broad strokes, we've definitely sort of touched on everything. I mean, obviously, one could get far more granular in every single aspect, I guess,
Mm,
but that's the conversation for another day. I think, especially if there is any interest in talking about this further, we are always available. But I mean, really, it is just about kind of yeah, just being able to set everything up the way it needs to be set up, just making sure that you're just doing the things that you would normally do or that the lead generators already do and do successfully. And it's just about, being able to provide that, user journey for people, have those ads that are calling them out, and then just using those sort of best practices and tips and tricks that you need just to kind of get lead quality and that you need to
mm,
just make sure that you're building kind of that journey in a way that actually is quite conducive to lead generation and not falling into that pitfall of, okay, I'm going to educate more. I'm going to do more branding. I'm going to do this. And that's just not the direction. It might be counterintuitive, but yeah, it's not the direction that you should be going in.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and it is hard because, you know, I will say again, reiterate, I reckon you need 30K to at least
Yeah.
attempt this.
This
And
is
I
not a
mean,
cheap, like, wet thing. Like, it definitely, you got to spend money to make money. And this is one of those things. And you've just
mm,
got to take the hit for a little bit because at the end of the day bringing lead generation in-house is fantastic because as you were saying, like the level of
huge
control that you
payout.
have, it is revolutionary, and you're able to then kind of make all of those decisions on what your ads are, all the creative decisions, all of the questions in the funnel as well. Like you might be able to ask a question that is so important to your sales that actually increases lead to sale rate just because you're asking that in that instance. Obviously don't be starting asking too hectic of a question kind of in the funnel. But there's a lot of sort of creativity and a lot of control that you can have, and then again, you're just paying for the actual sort of like however much it
Yeah.
costs the acquisition, as opposed to paying the margins on top for lead gen.
Mm, yeah.
Hugely
And
beneficial, but yeah,
I mean,
it's
yeah, it can transform your business like apps, and we have seen this again and multiple times.
yeah,
However, yeah, it is hard, and don't do it lightly. Take it seriously, and be prepared to like stick in there while the first few months the leads suck, they're expensive. What just like stick in that, use your data,
yep,
optimize,
that's right.
and yeah, like be prepared to remove friction from your front, like get something to working, and then like often
Yeah,
we've mentioned a lot of hammers, and it is unlikely we would launch with all of those. Like definitely not with
no,
OTP as well. But that being said, and probably we probably won't
yeah,
mention the call outside of a call consent question.
yeah.
So
And that core
yeah,
consent question is going to be soft as humanly possible
oh
worded. Like,
yeah,
we're trying to be really careful. All of those little things, like even just sort of asking for a postcode, and then just on the next screen having, oh, looks like you're in a postcode, like you're in a approved
approved.
area. Even just having that,
Mm,
and all these steps of just kind of getting them over the line and being able to kind of have that value added and making sure that they feel like, okay, something is happening and I'm gonna get to where I want to be. All of these things are just so super important as well.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Yeah, okay. I think we can. I mean, yeah. If honestly, if people have questions on this one, we thought it's a shockingly large amount of the work we do nowadays because so much of what people want to do is, you know, obviously anybody who spends like 30 grand a month buying leads, or often a lot more than 30 grand, buying leads, they're like, right, we should probably try to do this in house. It is worth the investment. So this is why obviously we
Definitely.
wanted to kind of go through this one. But I think maybe should we start to see how some brands achieve this or
Let's.
don't in the world of payroll? Woo!
Woohoo! Tax.
We've got
Yay!
yeah, God, payroll, Jesus. And actually nowadays it's again you always historically just use payroll people, or you used accountants or whatever to run payroll. Nowadays, it's actually increasingly easier, and it's part of making tax digital by the government. So you have to do, like there are
Yeah.
lots of, you've always had legal
There's a lot
requirements
of
of
tax
payroll.
reform in Europe as well that's happening that
Yeah.
it's making. I used to work for a tax tech company that actually is
Mm.
just gone bust. Well, not bust so much as they realize that they've sort of become superfluous because of new tax laws that made everything so much easier. So they've pivoted and gone into a different direction. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. So it is a tumultuous market. We're going to be looking at a legacy player, a scaling competitor, and a lead gen who actually is very interesting. I really enjoy, and we're going to
Oh,
talk a
I'm
little about their
excited.
style. Really fun.
Uh-huh.
It's really, really fun. The first two are going to be from Google Ads. The third one, the lead gen one, will be from Meta, which is also
Okay.
going to be quite an important point, which we'll kind of explain. So the first one we're going to be looking at is Sage. Sage, I mean, I assume everyone knows about. They've been doing payroll for years. I mean, there's also loads of other, like ADT, ADP even maybe. There's Deluxe. There's, I mean, like loads of massive players, and they all buy leads. By the way, if you're ever curious, if you're a lead gen, go message them and be like, hey, can we generate you leads? They'd probably be like, yeah, please do. Someone needs to generate, but it's actually quite hard to get the good quality requirements for us. So people get creative. And PPC is no longer lead gen friendly, which historically used to be how you made this stuff work and get good enough quality. It is too expensive for lead gen nowadays, which is why
Yeah.
in-house is more important. Opens up options. So
Here we
payroll.
go.
Let's do this. Sage. Right. I'm gonna refresh this page, but unfortunately, you're gonna see how like this is their primary user journey, which I'm gonna have issues with. Obviously, I always have issues. Okay. Banner one, then this. Is it gonna do the try? Okay. Oh, it definitely. Oh, the pop-up came last time just by. Why is it not? Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter. We can continue discussing this one. This is Sage, the legacy competitor. So first off, I'm just gonna say it. This image here, like I guess I get it on desktop. You might as well have an image there. Why not? This means
Yeah.
nothing. No one cares. I don't. I just.
Yeah.
It's what a waste of space. Have a happy face at least.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'm just happily using a laptop.
Yeah, just like we make life easier, not like
Yeah, with like a
employee with
big
gross pay
pound
variance,
sign. Yeah,
variance amount. Yeah, just like just make it
It's a
make me
little
look
bit
relaxed.
confusing. Yeah, it's a
Like
little bit
this is not
confusing where you
stress
have
less. Not do more, stress less. Don't
do
know what it
more.
is.
I don't.
Pay on
Yeah,
time.
do
God,
more,
it's
stress less,
stressful,
pay on time.
Sage.
Yeah, I don't want to do more necessarily. I'd rather actually do less, to be honest with you. Um,
Exactly, exactly. This
like
is, and also,
simple,
is it
smarter,
simple,
faster
smarter,
payroll.
faster, or is it doing more, stressing less, paying on time,
Yeah,
AI
I
powered,
think so. Ugh,
90% off for three
yeah.
months?
Yeah, it's
It's a bit
confusing
much.
with the
Or
CTAs. Like, I mean, like on the left-hand side, I do understand request a demo. Yeah, I get that. Not my favorite. Wouldn't really want to do it. But on the right-hand side, even though it's an image, it kind of looks like CTAs as
I
well,
know.
which is a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
fully. I
sort
mean,
of
they are
uncomfortable.
CTAs, you know. Yeah,
Well,
I don't like
yeah,
that.
but not clickable
And
and useless to us.
where did our? Actually gonna.
Banner.
Okay, so I think I will say as well. Yeah, banner as well. Like, oh, okay. I will say. Yeah, this obviously far too much text. And just too much going on. In fact, too much going on and
Yeah.
shockingly little text. This has been well edited down, but you're still saying like 20 different things. So please, and
Yeah,
like
that's
this,
what I was just about to
horrendous.
say. Like, they're
Yeah,
saying so much with fewer, but
yeah. Ugh,
oh my gosh, can you just keep it to like one message? Like, I
yeah,
just want to, like simplify it down.
literally.
Maybe bullet point that stuff out.
And it would be
Um,
really nice if this slot was visible
yeah,
here, but it would be, by the
100%,
way,
especially
if
HMRC.
yeah,
Yeah,
like I mean like this host and like if like this wasn't here and this wasn't here and like
yeah,
this is taking up like how much of that screen? One, two, I mean like that's maybe
it's
at
far too
least
much.
25% of the screen. And like
Yeah,
I don't think that's necessary, right? Like
no,
that seems like I'd prefer to see. I mean,
that's
this is also not quite
100%
being
harming.
optimized. Like this needs to be probably a little bit further up regardless. Great, by
Mm,
the way, is not something I'd like to put on my page. Like that is in
mm.
fact not great. Yeah. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
not a fan of that.
It all feels a
Sage
little bit
Copilot, no one cares
AI-ish,
about.
and I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
All
everyone's
the
decided
colors,
that
all
we
the
want AI, and I'm not sure if
I
it's
just
actually
don't
a
know
benefit
ever.
right now. Like, yeah, showing pay. Actually, to be fair, I will say like this is very standard within payroll. Everyone like shows you how
Yeah,
much pay, But
yeah,
admittedly, uh, the one thing I will say is that this is showing the 90% off amount. and then it's £23 per month. You're like, oh, that's a big jump, right? Like that does feel a bit
Yeah.
painful when you're being benched at this. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's really working. The
And
screen is
for
so
all of
small
them,
with
it's
this
only
banner.
5 employees included for all of them. Why does that
But you
not
got to buy
increase
additional.
with?
You got to buy additional.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you'd think they'd like increase, like if it's 5 in the essentials, how could it not be just a little bit more, like 6 in the standard? Or, do you know what I mean? I mean, this is not really has anything to do with anything. Just what are you
Yeah.
doing? Okay,
Add additional,
features.
but I have a gripe. This is because of the banner and this one. Like I can't even see the most popular and the CTA
Yeah,
at the same time. You know, like
it
this
doesn't
is
even fit.
no. Yeah. And also like I just, ugh, I don't know.
What does it
I
look
don't
like
like.
on mobile?
I know. Yeah, we will need to get
I'm
there. And
so
this is on mobile
curious.
going to be awful, by the way. I hope
Yeah,
they don't
look at
have
how
this on
far
mobile.
down that page goes, though. Look at that like scroller thing.
Jesus. Yeah.
That's
And it's very
tiny.
zoomed in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at this on
Wow.
mobile. I'm increasing, and I'm curious what happens when you click. Oh God, get time off.
Oof. All right. Okay. Far too
I
much
mean,
text. Far too much text.
mm-hmm.
But CTA above the fold. All right. Okay, I can get on board with that. What size
Dual
is
CTA
the
also don't like.
text? No,
Oh no, I think that's right. It looks
that's 16. Yeah.
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. That banner's just huge.
Yeah. I mean, again, I get like, so this is actually a big gripe of mine. I admit it on mobile. If you see more or less of this image, no one will care. So actually,
No.
it's fine on mobile. And there's
Yeah.
generally the issue on desktop, which is a bit ironic. Usually, they're designed for desktop. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
we are going to click on that user journey because I am curious. But
Yeah.
like, why do you have 3 user journeys? Like, why not?
Yeah.
I don't believe in banners. I really don't believe in banners. I'm
And
sorry.
that image is so small. What do you like? What
No one
value
cares.
add does it even have? You know, at this point, just have the social proof there instead. Get rid of
Yeah.
the image entirely. No one cares.
Definitely. That is, yeah.
There's nothing
Or,
sexy about payroll software. Like your payroll software just is probably not going to win just on
yeah.
an image alone like that. You know?
Yeah. And I must say, stay simple with Stage. 3 bullet points, get 90% off, remove the request demo, thank you. Actually, it is a thing within SaaS. It often fight because they're very different. But like you're kind of dual serving.
Yeah.
I don't love it. Maybe deprioritize it elsewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely don't have 1, 2, 3 CTAs going and your
Yeah.
chatbot thing. Like, please delete that.
Oh, so much.
Such a
It's
gripe.
just so much.
Okay, let's see. Okay, whatever.
Oh, no.
yes, that's what we hate to see. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's terrible to look
No, I'm
like.
sorry,
That's
folks.
just not. That's not mobile friendly. That's not mobile
No,
friendly
you can't.
design.
Yeah,
You can't even see which one is each one because you've got to scroll all the way back up to see what's premium and what's like. If you go up, yep,
yeah.
essentials, standard. Like you don't know what it is when
Sage
you're going
Copilot,
down.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
We have not even engaged with it. I get
Wow.
it's just too much. I'm sorry. No. Okay,
Far
that's
too
fine.
much. It's much shorter.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some
We've got some.
customer stuff. Cool.
Wow, get that
Smiling
at the top.
faces.
Yeah, get it
Wow.
at the top.
Admittedly, I don't think it's really. I don't love this setup. This seems like it's taking up a lot of space, and like it's quite hard to actually just even read this. But
yeah,
it's cool.
But
They're having a good time.
yeah, jeez, it's
Award-winning
just a
support.
lot.
I'd have that higher up. Genuinely, I mean, I would. That if everybody's dealt
Actually,
with these things,
okay,
I'd like.
it is much longer than I thought it was.
Yeah. But yeah. So
Oh my
we've got 3
goodness.
CTAs to click on. Try before you buy. Enter your email. Probably not. Okay, try again. Get 90% off for 3 months.
Oh, you've got it in the cart now.
Okay,
oh my gosh,
refresh.
did that get 90% off take you to the little, it did, what?
It take me to some, I don't quite, oh, okay.
So now it's taking you to that, so you've got to
Oh.
choose, and then you just put your email in. This is terrible, Journey.
Yeah, guys,
Who's doing
that's actually
this?
atrocious, guys. Please take me,
Yeah.
like, if I click on that, don't don't do an anchor. Like, I mean, I'm starting to see
Just
why
take
you
me
have
somewhere
request demo.
else.
But I
Yeah.
see. Oh. Sorry. First off,
Oh,
you can't do that. And then like this is another page, guys. This is what this should
yeah.
be, and that should be blurred out. That X should be much smaller, and this should just be
Yeah.
like a multi-step form because where's step one?
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
This is that. This is not good, guys. Sage. Oh, whatever. This is your Google
Uh,
traffic. Do you have any idea how expensive this traffic is?
oh,
Oh,
this
you
is
probably do.
upsetting. There's so many things that you need to change, like it's one of those things that's kind of sort of almost there and then entirely not at the same
Yeah,
time. It's got some bones to it, but it needs a restructuring. Like,
it's
why would
really
you just have it scroll
embarrassing.
down to that? Yeah, like that's not
That's
effective at
really not
all.
good.
It makes
Just
it
like,
you know what it does? It makes it difficult to understand what I'm supposed to be doing as a
yeah,
customer. And if you have like a user journey where you're paying for that traffic, then you want to show them exactly where they need to go and what they need to be doing. And you just do it really softly. It's just one CTA, it's one thing, one question, one next bit. Like it doesn't have to be difficult or complex, and you can still get
yeah,
them to where they sort of need to go. Um, and I mean, here you can always do kind of like a um, product finder, basically. Like ask a little bit of
yeah,
information about how many employees, like whatever else, capture their data, and then basically say, well,
yeah,
this is the one that we recommend for you, and then they can still buy off the back of that. Now, if they don't buy, you can do lead nurturing off the back of that because you've already got their data.
yeah,
You can reach out by email, you can show them whatever, or they've bought it immediately anyway because you've recommended like
yeah.
what the
Your
package they
Sage.
need.
You know your stuff.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
theory, apparently not, but
You need to, yeah, you need to be the one that's telling them. They can't be the one that's
mm,
telling you. Yeah,
yeah,
this is again built sort of from uh, not from, it's built for the business, not for the customers. That's what
yeah.
this
I
is.
assume it's built by an accountant, if I'm honest. I'm sorry. No, apologies. I'm sure they've got great marketers there, but this is a decision I'm not fully understanding.
I'd like to
And
be
clearly,
walked through it a little bit, just to
I
understand
would like
how
to be in
they've
that
got to
meeting.
where,
That
yeah,
would be a fun
I'd
meeting.
like to be, yeah,
It doesn't
fully
even look
agree.
like it's been made by a committee because it's like kind of streamlined in a way. Like it's not, but like it doesn't have loads of different. But we see user journeys where they've got like literally 8 user journeys. Like every section is like this own unique user journey,
Yeah,
and like that
that feels
clearly
really
that's not
AI,
the
to be fair,
marketer's
though.
fault. Yeah,
Yeah, that feels
yeah, like
AI,
that
though,
I don't
too.
blame the marketer. That's like someone's
Yeah,
been messing around. But this, yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's enough
All
bad
right.
mouth, and I'm sorry, Sage. We will never probably be our clients, so
Apologies.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel nothing. Actually, okay. Sorry, we're actually gonna. So I was gonna look at. So we're gonna look at another large business just to see if they are doing okay. We're gonna look at this really really quickly. But
Yeah.
it's either Sage or ADP. We're gonna look at Sage ADP. They're another legacy, very large. So let's just see, do they do similar things? Okay, they got humans. I don't. This looks
Yeah.
AI, by the way, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. But small, we've got less going on here. Pricing, compare packages. I'm not sure if these are right CTA things. Oh, and that's another
Yeah.
CTA. Starting to
Yeah.
see a trend. Um, okay,
Yeah. All
mm,
right.
okay. I mean, this is a very, 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 very generic landing page. Okay, that would probably should be higher up. That's a
Mm.
weird place to put this.
What I like, though, it does speak, like the actual content is very much written in a way that speaks to the people and the problems that they potentially have. So I
Yeah,
think that makes it
yeah,
that like I think for small business owners and small businesses, it's easy to identify oneself with kind
yeah,
of this. Like, hey, this is sort of like these
definitely.
are the important things for you. That was missing on Sage, but here I think it's a little bit more human and a little bit more speaking to the client.
Mm,
But here, like, I mean, we need some bullet points. We need just one CTA, um, please.
yeah.
That would be nice. Um,
I will mention, so this actually was a paid media page as well. So just FYI, so that is a different
oh,
thing. But so
yeah,
let's also probably why it's got less content on it. But I do
yeah,
think this is much better. I mean, also that this should be higher up. I don't love this page at all, really, but I think it's better. This is
yeah. And I mean, that's
obviously,
terrible. Yeah,
and I'm not in the United States, thank you. Nor did
yeah,
the ad I clicked on, unless you're running them international, which I don't think you can, or that would be insane to do. Um,
yeah.
is yeah, so no.
Yeah.
And there was something else. But interesting that this is a similar trend. Um,
Yeah.
should we look at the rising competitor?
Yes, let's do
Um,
that. They're going to be. Well, I don't
so
know. I haven't actually seen this
payroll.
page yet.
Mm.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, can we get ooh, look, it doesn't have a massive stuff up here. It's got
Yeah,
one
okay, we love
headline. It's got
that.
bullet points.
We love
It's got a
that.
question box. Admittedly, I see this, and I'm like, no, that's a bad first question. But
Yeah.
it's got
Um, yeah, we love
logos,
that.
G2 review.
Yeah.
It
I mean, all
is
of the elements are
multi-serving, but
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I don't
What do
hate
you,
it.
yeah,
I don't I don't love that
don't like
question.
it, clearly.
I
That's
it
awful
well,
question.
yeah, I don't like that question. And I don't like the headline, but I mean that's mine. I don't know, something about
At
the
least it
way
just says
it's
payroll for small business. Like that
yeah, that's
alone
true.
has won me so many points. Like I don't
Yeah.
minus the
I
head.
think we can get
I
rid of
don't see really how. Yeah,
there's no value add on that. Just payroll for small
yeah,
businesses. Done. Easy. Thank you. Know exactly where I am and what I'm getting. Um No, I mean, you've got all of the things. It's neat. It's done. Change that question to make it a little bit simpler, and then just click
yeah.
into it, and
That
then
should be a yes
hopefully,
no question. So like,
yeah,
do you
and
currently
then,
use payroll software? Yes no. Then you can ask me about
mm,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
uh,
fine. I mean, why not? Again, no
yeah.
one's. I don't think people are really. I don't think people are really
I
reading
feel like
this.
this is a lot that,
Uh,
yeah,
I guess payroll is quite. People who decide to buy payroll probably will look at this. Like it is you want to actually read a lot about. There's a whole procurement process for large companies.
yeah,
So like maybe more people are reading that than we're giving him credit for. I still
yeah.
don't really think so. Um,
No.
multiple. So this is actually something called PEO. Which is
Mm-hmm.
slightly different, but I guess it's a core upsell, and a bit of where they
Yeah.
lean into is if you hire people internationally, do it through a payroll software. It's called PEO, and it costs more, but it is nice and easy. Okay, I
Oh, look
don't
at
hate
that.
this.
No, I don't hate that
That's
at all. I actually love
wow.
that. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Kudos,
Oh, it's kind of, and
payroll.
also fun,
Fun.
happy people. Wow.
Yes, we love that.
Look, we love a
Yes.
bulleted list. Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually, again, they're just tick boxes. I'm reading the ticks. I'm not reading the rest, but I'm reading
Yeah.
the ticks.
No. Yeah, look at that. I
Cool.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah, why not?
yeah, they're definitely doing a good job. This is interesting. I don't
Mm,
know what this means, but okay.
let's chat.
Um,
We've got quite a few different competing CTAs here. We're sort of getting a little bit
yeah,
lost in different things. All of those potentially, yeah.
could be
I
higher up, to be
mean,
honest. That's kind of
yeah,
cool, to be honest.
yeah.
I think it is time to because I'm conscious
Yeah,
of
we
time for
gotta
us.
let's
Yep, let's engage with some user
oh,
journeys.
it's been
Uh,
designed for desktop, not for mobile, and that is really sad.
Yeah, I
We
would
need to
really like
have
this to
that,
be front and center.
yeah.
Mm, no,
100%. That headline is huge. Like, look at the
that
space that's
is,
and that minus the head count. Honestly, get rid of that. Kick it out. Payroll for small businesses
yeah,
done. Perfect. You
yeah,
don't
and
have to have like
also you don't need that
marketing faff.
paragraph.
You don't need that
Like,
paragraph. Keep
yeah,
the 3 ticks and then just have that question. Simplify the question to yes, no,
mm,
so that you can get a broad audience going straight in and engaging. Get that social proof
isn't,
above there, so it's at the bottom,
yeah,
just visible, visible above the fold. Doesn't have to be front and center, and then that's probably going to convert so much better on mobile.
yeah. Like this should be your first screen, really. Well, obviously without,
Yeah,
like with a
yeah.
headline and whatnot. We are gonna click. Okay. Oof.
So, oh,
It's not multi-select. A, if it's multi-select, tell me it's multi-select. And B, I don't. Oh,
yeah.
it's not even
Oh, it's
multi-select.
not
Oh,
multi-select. Oh, then just have it go on automatically. Click done. Got it. We know how
and
to
now you
fix
ask
that.
me more. I mean, ask for minimum 3 questions, but why not?
Yeah.
Well, that's your agency. Come on, show me. Now we go to a loader.
Ooh.
You've learned. Oh, and I mean, okay, I
Oh,
don't hate that it drives to an appointment booker. Like, I think generally speaking, appointment booking is totally fine for, but it's totally reasonable as a lead capture point. Um, However, I hope they took my email, by the way. They did not give me a consent
If they
statement.
didn't,
So if
that's a
they're
missed
getting,
opportunity.
yeah, but I hope they did. And two, I don't hate this, but again, you clearly need to like weave in more value for someone to,
Yeah.
like ask you a question, like, great, we can help this. Like, actually, on average, big businesses like you, we help by improving this by 30%. I don't know. Pick a
Yeah.
time. There you go.
Ask a couple of little details about the business, then ask the biggest challenge, then say, yeah, we know how to fix that. Then in the loader, give an example of something that's related to that problem that you have metrics on that you can kind of show, and then go into that. So much cuter. But yeah, I mean,
All
it's
right.
definitely way more optimized than the one that like Sage. But
Mm,
unfortunately, it is designed for desktop and not for mobile. And if we are looking at kind of paid traffic, then we are looking mostly at mobile traffic, which means mobile optimized is best.
yeah. All right. Who's ready to see the lead gen? They don't run PPC because that's insane.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure they do. So actually, by the way, they probably do. Sorry, they will run PPC just on not on the main searches that I was doing. Like, I was
Yeah.
searching for like best payroll for small businesses, which will be very expensive. They
Yeah.
may be running PPC on like payroll for barbers or like for
Yeah.
insert some niche thing that other people aren't really bidding that much on.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's share this time instead. I'm actually going to start from the ad level because I think it's particularly interesting. So, welcome to The
Ooh.
Independent, a newspaper. A newspaper doing lead gen?
Wow.
Turns out, they're not doing lead gen. They're just like hawking out their brand for lead gen, which I really respect. So
Wow.
Independent, I have actually worked there historically. Well, as a doesn't matter. I know they've been looking for more ways to generate revenue and and I've worked for both the companies here. And I think this is such a great collaboration, like genuinely. So you're getting the independent and the trust from the independent brand to improve your lead gen, both probably your CTAs and whatnot, but also your lead quality. I mean, I hope independent is doing well out of this deal because I bet Expert Market are, because
Hmm.
I probably can make and I've been seeing so many of these ads, so that I really assume that they're doing well from this.
Yeah.
But it is Facebook, so we're going to see vastly different pages. Um,
Okay, let's
and yeah,
go.
again, look at the kind of ads they're running. They are kind of branded, obviously, but
Yeah.
it's just Comic Sans. I think we did that once in a LinkedIn post. Put shit in Comic Sans, and people are like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god!"
The engagement metrics were insane.
Yeah.
It's because I have my Slack in Comic Sans, and I still do,
Did
and
you
I
think?
stand by it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, this is interesting. They're doing native style articles for Laser Eye. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Wow, digital marketing solution. This is so. Oh, I absolutely love this. So this is why I wanted to do card fees. No, hang on. Where was the pay? Here's the payroll. Okay. So
All right, here we go.
payroll. First question. I'm
Ooh.
not a fan. It's not good.
Yeah. I mean,
It's actually
like
not good, right?
I get the question, but this is like deal size. Like we don't do that straight off the bat. Like you want to ease them
Yeah.
into it. You know what I mean?
I'm
Um.
actually a bit disappointing, guys. Like this, I've seen this as being, well, I have opinions on some of this
Oh,
actually,
up to
but
the
which
top
I
there,
won't
they've got
share.
save by comparing, say, payroll services. So I mean that they do have a comparison angle, and the CTAs get quotes, which is all quite in keeping with that.
Hmm.
It only
Compare
takes a
quotes might
minute.
be better, by the way, guys. Top tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sure they've tested this as well. Like this is, but
Yeah.
actually, if I'm honest, who runs this page? I want to know. Like
Yeah.
I've got questions.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
That's quite
Yep.
far down
Yep.
actually, to be fair.
It is far
Like there
down.
is a
It's
lot of
definitely
white
like it's a
space.
discovery. It's like this is very clearly what we want you to engage in,
Yeah.
and then it's like, yeah, get
Yeah.
quotes, make HMRC, payroll, yada yada. Yeah, again, logos are good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very standard, very very normal B2C page, B2B page. I mean, we'll just click through it, but you can see the massive difference compared to
Yeah.
Google or PPC where you do
Yeah.
want lots of content. This is just like if you've clicked on this ad, you are now completing its form. Like that's the
Yeah,
journey here.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's a pseudo branded approach with the independent. Um,
Well, there you go. So these are good questions.
yeah, I mean they are. I won't lie, they're not bad at this.
Yeah.
They've
Hold on,
done
we're
a lot.
focused
They've
by
run a lot of
section
testing.
these.
Yeah,
Almost
they
done.
remembered me from the many times I've completed this.
Yeah, I don't hate this at all, to be fair.
I mean, it's a good. I mean, like they've trust me, they're like the world's best at lead gen. Well, Europe's
Yeah.
best.
Look
So
at
they shouldn't be
that.
bad. Yeah, I
So
mean it's
simple.
Yeah, simplicity is king. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Meta
you,
traffic, simplicity. Get rid of all of the
yeah,
frills. We want no
yeah.
frills. Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, it is very, very interesting. Like, but I think that all of these journeys can really benefit from simplicity, from questions, from interactivity, from all of those things. Like that, that's never a bad route to sort of go down, I think.
Mm.
Um, you know,
Yeah,
as opposed to like a
I do
static
think.
form.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like this is yeah,
This is
and
far
this is
better.
good, and like clearly this does work. And I will say making these ones work on non-PPC based channels has historically been a massive issue, a massive challenge. So clearly
Yeah,
this is working. So that's really cool to see. And also, I mean,
yeah,
one top interesting factoid, not factoid, but the way these are split up are very, very like often there's a lot of thought goes into it. So like
yeah,
under three will be leads that people don't want and people won't manage. 3 to 10 will be like
yeah,
worth like, I don't know, 20 quid. 10 to probably 50 is probably going to be the band there. Maybe 10 to 29, but 10 to 50 is probably going to be like those leads going to be worth 70, 90 quid. 50
yeah,
plus or over 100, you're looking at like 150 or so a lead. I
yeah,
mean, don't hold me that to that, but that's why this question matters so much. But it should not be the first question, in my opinion. It
yeah.
should be
That's
a yes,
right.
no.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. And also interesting. I mean, I guess I can't use the as seen on either, um, because of the partnership with the independent.
yeah,
But I guess they don't need to because it's partnership with independent.
yeah. That's. I mean,
Um,
that's a heavyweight.
yeah, yeah,
Interesting. How very interesting.
yeah. Okay. Well,
Love
that's the
that. That
state of
was
the
a fun
payroll
little.
market.
Yeah,
Hmm.
fun. So all your tax, new digital tax situation, payroll needs. Okay,
Yeah,
love it.
nice.
Well, comment the void if you're still
Come the
here and you're
void.
still listening, and yeah, get a free funnel audit from us and some first 3 test ideas. But yeah, it's been a fun little journey. I've enjoyed it.
Been a pleasure, guys. See you next week.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye bye.